Hey guys, Marion Blair here. I know what you're thinking. When's he going to clean up his workshop? Well, I just did. Doesn't show. I don't like doing reviews on products unless it's something that I'm really interested in. You know, something to do with our trucks, Ram trucks, whatever, campers, things like that. On products that I feel like I can use and I'd buy if I was looking for something. And I've got something here today that I think is going to be interesting and something that I think I would want to have. Now, Etenwolf, which is the air compressor that I'm getting ready to talk about, Etenwolf Vortex S6. It's a heavy-duty air compressor that's built for pickup trucks, campers, and those sort of things. It's got some really outstanding specs on it, and I'll go through that in a minute. Now, I didn't really do an unboxing video. I don't particularly like to do them. It seems like it's a waste of time in a lot of instances, but the main reason I didn't do it is because I wanted to get this thing plugged in and charged up so that I'll have a full charge on it when I go out to the truck and start testing it. It did come showing full charge, but I wasn't sure. So let me focus down on this thing now, and we'll talk about some of the specs, and I'll give you an idea how we're going to go about this. There it is, the Etenwolf Vortex S6. Looks like it's built pretty well. Comes with a very nice carrying case. Very high quality stuff, it looks like to me. Now let me just review some of the features for you and show you what's in the box and that sort of thing. I've got the plug plugged in right here. This is the brick that comes with it. It's 45 watt. It's very, very stout. And then you got the charge card. And I believe this thing costs about $100. I believe you can get some specials on it and whatnot. In fact, I think that $100 may be the reduced price. Here's a carrying case. It comes with a really good quality carrying case. You can put everything in there and throw it in the back of your truck. The compressor itself, it's got a good hose, fairly long hose, plenty long enough. And it also comes with a fitting like this with a bleeder, which is nice. So you can do it like that. I like to just screw this right onto a Schrader valve. This is a high volume hose, so you can air up your air mattresses or whatever you want with that, which is nice. It's got some other fittings here for various things. The standard basketball, football type fitting. It's got an adapter here. I think that may be for some of the bicycle tires. It's got a real fine, small thread on it. And then you've also got a USB adapter over here to plug in your cell phone or whatever you want. And then you got the USB-C right here where you charge it. Very compact, nice setup. Now, once you plug it in, it won't turn on while it's charging. It's just the way it's made. If you do unplug it, and then you can turn it on. You see that little ring went around? Well, that tells you where it's at as far as attaining the pressure that you have. It has different modes, and right now it's on the camper mode. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's on the camper mode, and really you don't have to use that because you can just dial in whatever you want to. 65 pounds is also what I want on my front tire, so we keep it there. You can see that it's topped off right now. When you plug it in, it'll show that it's either topped off or it'll show the percentage. And as you're running it, which you'll see later, you got 4 bars here, and it'll slowly go down as you deplete the battery. But it's a very nice, easy to use. I didn't even read the directions, but I'm like that. It's also got units, you know, like the bar, PSI, KPA, that sort of thing. Here in the US, we use PSI for the most part. It's got a really great light on it, which is really, now look at that. That is one hell of a light. And I really like that a lot. And then it's got different modes, like the kind of an emergency flasher, which would be really handy if you've ever been stuck on the side of the freeway with your camper at night. And you got kind of a slow mode. What's nice about this thing is it takes in air here. It's got a fan. It takes in air right here and blows it out here to keep it cool. So that's another positive. Most of these, and that's what makes this, by the way, 100% duty cycle. So you don't have to worry about this thing, you know, pumping a little while and then stopping and that sort of thing. You can just pump until it stops, you know, the battery dies or you get where you want to go. We're gonna test that here in a little bit. But so far I really like the features on it. It comes with a good user manual, the Vortex S6 series air compressor. This is for pickups, campers, heavy duty stuff. It also comes with a calibration certificate showing that they did calibrate it to 160 psi, by the way, is what it will go to, which is a lot. Maybe some of these bigger vehicles and stuff might use that. And it's got a quick guide, but it's so user friendly really that you hardly need anything. You just grab it and start playing with it and you'll figure it out right away. So let's go on out and play with that. I got the ram out here. I've got my front tire set up. I've got a jack under the truck so that it won't, when I deflate it, I'm going to deflate it to 0. And when I deflate it, I don't want it to set on the rim, take a chance on damaging the tire. But what we're going to do is deflate it and then hook up the little Etenwolf Vortex S6 and start pumping. And this is going to be a pretty tough test because I've seen a lot of tests on various air compressors where they just use it to top off a tire, which is most of the application that you'd use something like this. It's so convenient. Say like on your camper where you got 4 tires and you just want to walk around in the morning and check them and top them off. This seems like this would be perfect. And but what I want to kind of simulate here is if my ram picked up a nail somewhere and is setting on the rim, and I want to pressure it back up to a point where I can get to a service facility to have that tire repaired. Doesn't necessarily have to get back up to 65 psi, which is what I normally carry in it, but I want to see just how far it'll go. So this is going to be a pretty good test for this little thing. Alright, so we're almost there. Move this out of the way where you can see we're just about down there. You know, I really like these connections right here because you can screw it onto the Schrader valve, and I've had 2 valve stem on this truck fail. Primarily, I think one thing is something in the way they built, which they're easy to cut if you bend this too much. But to get air in it with a regular chuck, you've got to press pretty hard, and it's hard not to bend this thing. So what's nice about these, and you don't see them, and I don't hardly see any adapters to get it this way, but this will screw right on. And that's really the best way because you're not having to twist it or anything. So I like that. So I think we're down about as low as practical. So I think we're ready to start pumping. This is going to be exciting. Y'all get the popcorn ready. Okay, valves back in. Showing 0, so starting with a flat tire. Alright, 65, 0. And away we go. Okay, not quite 64. It stopped at 65, and that's because of the restriction. If I want to try to get 65, I'm going to ease this thing on up, this dial, and you can see, easy enough to do. Let's see if we can get it to pump. See where it was shut off here. The battery's just about dead though. But that's really outstanding. There you go. Okay, so 64.5, we'll call that good. And then to shut it off, you long press. Keep doing it there. And we'll disconnect. I like it. I like it a lot. It's going in the carrying case and it's going in my truck. I've got a lot of use for this thing. I'm going to call this a successful test. This is really an outstanding little compressor. I've looked at a lot of them. Nothing compares with this as far as the milliamp hours. This is quite a beast when it comes to battery power. Granted, we were down to about 1 or 2 bars there at the end, but this is a lot of volume here. Like I said, we had to compress 236 gallons of air. Imagine a 300-gallon tank. That's a huge tank. And we had to compress that to get this 36 gallons up to 65 pounds. So I'm calling this good. This video is run longer than I thought it would, but for those of you that are still hanging in there, I appreciate you watching my video. And until next time, adios.